And so, tell me a little bit about what we can expect this year.
Hi, yeah. What's our biggest year? Yeah, we have 142 dogs representing 80 different shelters, 40 states, 11 special needs dogs, a pregame show where we show puppy skills contests and a puppy draft. And we have some really standout players that have some counterparts in human football, like Paws Allen and Saquon Barkley.
I like that. And how do you think the puppy ball's evolved since day one, since it first began?
Well, when it began, it was really nobody expected it to be as big as it's become. It was just a way to counter program, what was happening that afternoon, later that afternoon. Um, Maybe it's the original counter programming. I don't know, but I do know that 21 years ago, instead of, you know, trying to fight it with any original or something, big splashy programming, Animal Planet, which is its network that it was originated on, just decided to put a camera on a bunch of puppies playing in a tiny little field. Just a few puppies, 12, 15, 20 of them. That became a surprise hit. And so the next year it got bigger and bigger and bigger. I joined up in Puppy Bowl 8, I think. And it's gotten huge ever since. Now we're, like I say, we're up to, we're 4 or 5 times the size that we were before. The show has expanded from 2 hours to 3 hours, and we're in millions of homes every year. It's great.
And how do you prepare the puppies for this? Because I know if I did my dogs, they would just be running around doing their own thing.
Well, we don't really prepare them ourselves. They are all coming from rescues, so it's the rescues themselves that are, um, raising them. They're only between 3 and 6 months of age, so they're just little babies. So really, all the rescues are doing is just, taking care of them, and they transport them, of course, to Puppy Bowl, and they handle them while they're there. They take care of them while they're there on set. The preparation is really minimal because we're trying to showcase them in their untrained puppy glory.
And how do you choose the rescuers that you work with?
They kind of come to us. So people know who we are, puppybowl.com, or they'll email us and reach out and say, hey, we're this rescue, and we're always looking for new rescues. So I encourage, if you know of a shelter of a rescue, to send them our way. And they say, hey, we're a rescue and we've got these adorable puppies. And as long as they're between 3 and 6 months of age and up for adoption, we will consider them when we shoot. It's great. And it every year, of course, we have more submissions than we can handle, but we try to, of course, accommodate everybody. So unlike a roster that's locked, our roster just balloons every single year in order to fit in as many as possible.
That's amazing. I thank you for doing that. I'm a big animal rescuer myself, so this means a lot to me. So,
Awesome.
what was your favorite memory of doing the puppy bowl in the years that you've done it?
I loved when we watched Shyla kick the first ever puppy field goal in Puppy 11. That was a pretty amazing moment because it had never happened before. Up until then, puppies, of course, carried their balls into the end zone. That had never happened before. Trying to think other great moments in Puppy Bowl history. Well, the Augusta and Fonzie scored the first ever double touchdown just a couple of years before Shyla did her field goal. That was amazing to watch. Two dogs simultaneously scoring at the same time. And because we're equal opportunity scorers here in Puppy Bowl, we awarded points to both players at that point. That's the thing. Puppy Bowl is not picky about who we give points to. It doesn't matter which end zone you're in, we'll give you the point. Um, we're just trying to celebrate, the moment as much as we can. So yeah, I think those two are maybe top fond memories.
And how do you not want to bring them all home with you? I mean, I would want to bring them all home in my bag and be like, "Hey."
Well, I don't I have a dog at home and I fostered for many years, so I know what goes into taking care of a dog. So I think I don't know. I think if you're a dog owner, I mean, you kind of have an idea, especially at the puppy stage, the work that goes into it. So, and having done this for 14 years, I'm just aware of all the commitment. It's such a huge commitment. I'm a big advocate for adoption and fostering, and in that time, as I explain to people their options when they're connecting with shelters, I remind them that like before you take on a dog, it's a huge deal, and that's I think because I've been drilling that into other people's heads for so long, it's drilled into mine. So as much as I love spending time with them, I'm happy to see them go to a forever home to somebody that really, 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 really wants them and has waited for them, since we started airing.
And I have to ask, as a foster, how do you be able to give them back? Because I'm a foster fail, so
Yeah, no, I was a foster fail too, and I totally get that that is a reality, and that's a beautiful thing. I've always thought it shouldn't be called foster fail. It should be like foster win because it's like,
exactly.
right? Because there's no real failure. It doesn't mean you have to stop fostering, so you haven't failed at fostering, right? So I always think it should be foster win, but having done it for 10 years and done it since my kids were little, it's been nice to see it through their eyes. So they understand that when they foster, they're essentially saving two lives, the life that you're bringing in, and then the room you're making in the shelter for the next dog to come in. And the best way to sort of like beat any blues that might be associated with losing a dog that you loved as a foster is to stay in touch with them via social media, Instagram, and more and more people these days are willing to share that. And you can kind of follow their life and be like, wow, I gave that little puppy its start, and now look at it, it's flourishing, in this new other home. And that's really satisfying.
Yeah. Now I saw you guys on the Food Network last night on Kids Baking Championship. It was the cutest
Oh,
thing ever.
that
I
was on
loved it.
last night. Cool. Okay.
Yes, it was. And I won't ruin it for you since you haven't seen it yet, but I have to ask, did any of the kids bring the puppies home?
I have no idea. I didn't even know it was on last night until you said so. I shot that. It's funny. Thank you for telling me. I shot that months ago, maybe in November. I don't even remember, but it was a while ago. And so, yeah, I have no clue. I know that they fell in love with the dogs. I know we had a great time. And I know that these kids are insanely talented. You saw those desserts, but no, I don't know. I no clue.
Yeah, they didn't even give us an update, so that made me sad. I'm like, I'm hoping they each got to bring one home.
Yeah, yeah, no, nobody updated me either. Maybe our press people can find out, some of our lovely, excuse me, publicity people on the line can find out the answer to that question. But I did not know until this moment that it had aired. I was still kind of waiting to be like, oh, when does that thing that I shot airing? Because nobody told me. But thank you for telling me.
No. Yeah, well, we are almost out of time, but I do want you to describe the puppy bowl in 3 words for me.
3 words: adorable, chaotic, smelly.
I love it. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time today. You're amazing, and I can't wait to talk again soon.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.